Hi, I'm Tim Olson. I'm the PR manager at Suzuki. We're out here to get TransWorld Motocross their 2017 RM-Z450. For 2017, we updated the look of the RM-Z450. We added some black rims, kind of really brings that out. We went to a yellow rear fender, which also kind of makes this bike more iconic, and a yellow top seat. There's some accents with black triple clamps. This way just kind of made it look a little bit more trick, more factory. And in my opinion, this is probably the best looking RM-Z450 we've had in a few years, so I'm really excited about it. At Suzuki, we really pride ourselves with the handling. I think it shows with Roxon killing it outdoors. These bikes are made to handle. They're made to turn corners inside anybody else. They have good straight line stability, and they feel really light in the air, which makes it easy to kind of, scrub, lay over, stay lower, and pass guys. So that's kind of the main focus. Combine that with the motor that we have, which is just a really strong, all-around good motor. It has a really long torque curve, so it pulls really good out of corners, but it's not one of those ones where you can't hang on to it. So in my opinion, it really inspires a lot of confidence. Makes you be able to go fast because you're not worried about the bike just ripping out of your hands. Instead, you kind of control where it goes and how the power comes out. Just really helps you do better and, more importantly, beat your buddy. So the Suzuki comes with Showa suspension, front and rear. The front is air forks, triple chamber, high end, just like the guy in the works bikes use. The shock, it's also Showa. It has high and low speed compression along with rebound. It just has a really plush grill in the rear end, which allows it to have a lot of traction coming out of corners and keep it stable through the ruts. So it's really good suspension, really works for all around type of riders. We're excited to have Pat Foster out here. He's gonna go rip around on the track, and stay tuned for TransWorld to hear more about the 2017 RM-Z450.
Hey everybody, this is Pat Foster with TransWorld. We're blazing out here at Paris today, testing the 2017 RM-Z450. So as Tim just discussed, not a lot of changes to the bike, a few color changes, which I like a lot, the black wheels, the black clamps, the change to the seat. It looks really sharp. Other than that, not a lot of changes. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know. The bike's been stagnant for a couple of years, which doesn't sound great. Although if I'm Kenny Roxon, I don't know that I'm too excited about changing anything on my bike right now. So, time will tell. So, I really enjoy this Suzuki. In fact, I chose it as my shootout winner last year, and here's why I like it. From the moment I get on the bike, it just feels comfortable to me. I don't know what it is, but I think the peg to seat to bar ratio just feels comfortable. Anytime I get off another bike and get onto the Suzuki, it just feels like home to me. So I'm comfortable ergonomically. Feels like I've got good leverage over the controls, and everything just kind of fits right where I like it. The motor is great. The motor's interesting in that it's not the fastest anywhere. It's got great response, it's got good power throughout, it's got good pull. It's not the fastest in any one category, but it also doesn't have any deficiencies anywhere. The thing just works well. It's a great cross between an effective motor and easy to ride. Everything about it is just pretty smooth. It gets the job done. Not a lot of pizzazz, but like I said, we're not missing anything anywhere. Bottom to top, it's got great overall power. Handling wise is where the Suzuki really shines for me. In 2015, they made some changes to the frame. They reduced some of the rigidity, so the bike is a little bit more compliant now, a little more fluid, not quite as rigid as it was. It's got a narrow feel, and so it's really easy to change directions down the straightaway, changing lines. Of course, everybody knows Suzuki corners better than anything on earth. It's interesting. It's one of the heaviest bikes on the scale, and which seems odd. You'd think you'd feel that weight, but on the track, like I said, the bike feels narrow, it feels slim, it dives in corners better than anything. In the air, it feels great. The weight doesn't really hinder the performance. You never really notice it, but gosh, how amazing would it be if it actually lost some weight? But like I said, it really doesn't matter. I don't feel it, and it's one of my favorite bikes when it just comes to overall handling anyway. So let's talk about the most controversial part of the bike, the air fork. People are all over the place on what they think about the air fork. A lot of people, even including my colleagues here at TransWorld, will disagree with me, but I really don't mind it that much. It's really not bad. I've got a really good setting that I like. showed up here today, put 190 pounds in the inner chamber, 190 pounds in the balance chamber. I had to do 2 clicks of rebound dampening to slow it down, hold it on the track. And the thing works great. I mean, the track's gnarly out here. They had a race the other night. We told them leave the track alone. It's choppy, it's dry, it's hard, it's slick. The thing just works good. I know that there are people that don't like it. And what's interesting about it is the Suzuki, the Cowie, and the Honda have virtually the same fork. And I've had people come to me and go, gosh, you know, I like it on the Cowie and I hate it on the Suzuki. Well, I'm the opposite. I get the Suzuki to work great, really enjoy it. The other bikes, you know, it doesn't work quite as well for me. But I spent about half the year on this bike and had a really cool fix. You know, aside from just the performance of the air fork, it's kind of a hassle to work on it once in a while. You got to change it, check the air, and kind of chase it. Race Tech got us a drop-in spring conversion. It took 5 minutes. I think it's like $500 or something. Done deal. Don't have to mess with air. Works great. You know, pretty easy fix. If you like the Suzuki but you just can't get past the air fork, you know, there's solutions out there. So overall, everything works pretty well on this bike. The brakes are pretty good. The shifting is smooth. The clutch works well. The clutch is a little bit on the light side, and if you're an abuser, it can get a little hot and fade. To be honest, I haven't had much of a problem with it. I think I did one race this year where they held us on the line for a long time, and maybe the first lap and a half my clutch was a little soft. I know that it will fade if you're an abuser, because I take my bike trail riding quite a bit, and in the really tight trees and you're on the clutch a lot, you know, it'll get soft and start fading. But it is worth noting the durability of the Suzuki. Like I said, I've spent this year on the bike and I haven't put a clutch in it. Generally you have to replace chain guides and stuff like that. I haven't even had to do any of that stuff. I didn't even have a bolt back out. And I know Suzuki years ago used to get kind of beat up on the message boards for durability, and I just thought it was noteworthy that, gosh, I haven't had any problems with my bike at all. I've changed the oil and I do the filter and I ride the thing and wave a wrench over it once in a while, and everything's staying tight and good, and you know, I've been pretty impressed. So, you know, we got shootouts coming out pretty soon. Suzuki, we know what it's going to deliver. Don't know what some of the other bikes are coming with, but you know, is it a good thing that they stayed the same? You know, we'll find out. Stay tuned, guys. Thank you very much.